welcome to Isolation Comedy by Comedy Wham. I'm Colton Dowling, and we have been doing this for so fucking long. I was thinking, maybe we take a break in July, and then, the news, if you don't have the news, then I'm sorry. I get it. You know what? I get it. But you know what I also got was a ring light. Look at this. Look at my fucking lighting in here. I upgraded because we're going to be here for a minute. I am coming to you live from the guest bedroom. It's where I'm becoming more and more comfortable these days. Anybody else in a relationship? I am doing okay. I'm doing okay. We got a great show for you here tonight. We've been doing this every Friday, but starting next week, no show. The Friday after that, we're going to do the first and fourth Fridays, but just check digital, at this point. At this point, I'm, stalling a little bit, doing a little bit of stalling so you guys can invite your friends in here. Because your friends are the fucking reason why the spike went up again, okay? And they're the ones who are having so much fucking fun out there, all right? We've been doing good, we've been doing this quarantine thing. Invite them in here, please. We need to get out of the fucking house. I'm drinking a beer. What are you guys doing? Let me know what you're doing. How's the writing going? It's fine. I've been doing a Monday through Friday thing. That's my whole thing. My therapist, who I've been seeing, asked me, what's up with airplanes? So I fired her because she's hacked and hasn't been funny since Larry David wrote for her. But whatever. She thinks I'm too offensive, but I think I can talk about whatever I want, right? Jerry Seinfeld, I'm coming for Jerry. That's my whole thing. So what are we watching? What are you watching? And thank you guys for having us in your home. This is kind of like a stand-up show. We have stand-up comedians. We have sketch comedians on tonight. But don't feel pressure, Normally, if you're at a stand-up show, I'd be like, shut the fuck up. Anyone who talks, I will make fun of you and what you're wearing, and you all will go to hell. But no, you know what? Take off your pants. That's a week one quarantine joke. Remember those? Who's wearing pants? That's a throwback joke from 3 months ago. Hop in this chat. Make a lot of noise in this chat. I don't know, that it's a little bit delayed. Chat. Subscribe. Tell your friends. What are they doing in here? Hop in there. And just enjoy. Pull up the chair. It's gonna be a good show. We have a wonderful show for you tonight. I'm not gonna be like, how much did you pay to get here? Because I know you paid nothing. No pressure at all. I am so fucking broke. If you're broke too, don't worry about it. Just enjoy yourself. You need this break as much as I do. I know you do. And if you're rich as fuck, prove it. Prove it, you selfish fucking asshole. You ain't so rich. Or are you? I don't know. If you're so rich, you can message me money in the form of Venmo, and you can message anybody. But say what? You have $5? Throw it in the PayPal. You know what? It goes to everybody. Comedy Wham doesn't keep a damn penny because we thought we were only going to be doing this for a month. That's why. If you know any sponsors, let us know. We have been, I think we have had 5,000 different comedians on at this point, and that is a record. Another thing is that we have been voted best Zoom show you can possibly see. So thank you. We have been voted. It is a thing that exists, I promise. Now you guys know all the details, okay? And I stalled long enough for you to get your fucking friends in here and your kids out, okay? This next comedian, all right, I need you to make some noise in your own house so that your neighbors go, what's going on? And you're like, a comedy show. Go to isolationcomedyshow.com. It's hilarious. Give it up for a person who's from Tucson, who runs an all-female showcase called Cunts Being Cunts, talking about cunts, which provides a platform for empowerment for women. Give it up for Mo Urban.
Yes, cunts being cunts talking about cunts. It's super fun. You should check it out. Oh my gosh, yeah, I'm in Arizona where we're like super progressive. I don't mean to brag. We have Surprise, Arizona, actually, and that's a real name. But they have a funeral home called Surprise Funeral Home, which is pretty cool. I mean, I imagine it's like, surprise, I made your friend look like Jay Leno. I don't know. It's super weird. I was actually going to tell you some dick jokes, but they're too short, so I won't waste my time with that. It's been interesting being in quarantine. Like, I don't know. I've become a minimalist since I've been in quarantine, actually. Plus, it has like a way better ring than I'm broke. So it's fine, you know, I'm good. I've been doing some online dating, which has been weird, you know, because now to hook up, there's a whole process, you know, I got to take the person's temperature when they come in, get the hazmat suit on. So yeah, I did have sex with one person. It was all right. As we were having sex though, he was like, do you want that dick? Do you like that dick? Get some more of that dick. And I'm like, is there more than one dick in here? Because if there is more than one dick, I will take all of the dicks. Like all of the dicks, really. I mean, is this what's done? Is this what he does in public? Do he talk in third person? Does he go to the bank and be like, you like that deposit? You want that deposit? Get some more of that deposit, you know? I don't know. It's fun though. Now I just get on top. Ladies, it's so fun. Just be like, do you like that vagina? You want that vagina? Yeah, it's super fun. Get some more of that vagina. Super, super fun. Speaking of vagina, I got a DUI. Yeah, before COVID. And I don't know if you've ever had to go to jail. My friend said it isn't a big deal, but I'm here to tell you it is. It's a big deal. Yeah, it's a really big deal. While I was in there, this woman comes up to me and she's like, hey. I was like, I got it on the first, hey, what's going on? She says, I have some Vicodin. I had to sneak it inside of my vagina. Do you want some? And I was like, yeah. I would really love some of your Vicodin. That sounds amazing, you know? It's like a Pez dispenser. You know, it's really good. It's the best way to take Vicodin, yeah. I don't know. I've had to get really creative. I've actually really upped my masturbation game while I've been isolating, you know. I really have like getting super creative. I noticed though that like I like my sex like I like my ice cream, like super vanilla. It's fine. And what actually, I don't know what you all think about when you masturbate. I don't need to know really. But what I love, what really helps me, what really turns me on is thinking about like times that I receive validation. God, it's so hot, you know? It's like, Bo, that's a great question. I'm like, you can totally pull off a onesie. Oh, Jesus Christ. You're nothing like your mother. Oh my God. I hope you have that visual for the rest of the evening, by the way. That's what I do. You're welcome. I'm actually the best I've ever had, to be honest. One of the guys that I met on the dating app, he said, you must have daddy issues. And I was like, yeah, if by saying daddy issues, that means you're not being accountable to minimize the impact on me, then hello, daddy. That's always fun. I've been watching this show. It's called Cults and Extreme Beliefs. And like what I've observed is there are a lot of cults led by men. Like there's like a couple of women, but like I think it didn't work out for most women because it just was called like coexisting in peace, you know? Like our cults come with like a pink Cadillac, you guys. Like, you know, Mary Kay, it's fine, you know, Mary Kay. Yeah, and also the guy that I was talking to, he was like, to go back to that, he said, well, I'm a nice guy. Well, that's all I needed. Thank you. I'm a nice guy. Sold. Let's fucking do this. Guys, that's all we need. You just say you're a nice guy. We're fucking in, man. We are in. We believe you. We are on board. So on board. I'm a nice guy. It works. Trust me. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. When I was drinking, I had a threesome. I don't know if you've ever had a threesome. Any threesomes out there? Yeah. Ooh, yeah. It was with my boyfriend at the time and my best friend. They had already dated, so they had a good connection. I was so excited. I was like doing like leg lifts and like jumping jacks. I'm like, let's fucking do this. Yeah. And so I get in there. I'm like, all right, we're in the bedroom. And then they started like making out. And then they started kissing. And then I realized, like, I'm not in this threesome. I'm just watching them have sex, which felt really weird. Because, like, how do you, like, I'm like, hey, guys, I want to be in the threesome. It was like PE all over again. I'm like, how do you get in a threesome when you're not in it? You're just like, like, do I just jump on his back and be like, woo, I'm on the threesome, yeah, Do I just like knock on it? I don't know. Like, I found myself just like jumping, like, like, Wait, okay, here we go. I was fucking double dutching, you guys. Like, I was double dutching. It was weird. And then I realized, like, whoa, threesomes are a lot like the gym. Because, like, I was sweating more than everyone, but doing a lot less work than everyone. So that was interesting. I think that's a good note to end that joke on. I heard a womp, womp, womp. I don't know what's happening. I guess I'll just go. Okay, that was the light. Okay, well, I'll just end on this. I don't know, guys. I don't know what you get away with. Like, it pisses me off. Like, I was at the store and this guy had a shirt and his boxer shorts on. I was so jealous. Just his boxer shorts, but his like arms were full of groceries. And as he's walking, the cashier goes, "Excuse me, sir. Half your penis is hanging out." And he just looks down and goes, "No, man, that's all of it." I'm Mo Urban. Thank you for having me.
Mo Urban. Yeah. Cool. Don't have a small dick around her or she will make fun of it. That's the I picked up. So, threesomes, by the way, are a lot easier when everyone's a dude. And they're just hop in, you just link up. I don't know. I felt like somebody had to teach somebody that. I don't have to do that. How about I just bring up the next comedian like my fucking job tells you? How about that? And I will. Urban. If you're just tuning in, this is Isolation Comedy Show. Thank you for being here. We have a wonderful show coming up. Tell your friends about it. Get online. Hop in there. Do the chat. Thank you for being here. Now, this next comedian is all the way from Los Angeles, allegedly host of a weekly podcast. Yeah, but are you happy? On Twitch. Although since she's doing a character, give it up for Vincenzo Elementov, a plague specialist. Either way.
Hello, yes, I'm very sorry for the confusion. I am Vincenzo Elementov. I am a plague specialist. Is that assigned by the university? No, but I do have credentials, and I will tell you now. A lot of people are not interested in talking to me, even though I have been alive since 1147. I'm almost 900 and I haven't met anyone else who has lived this long. It's kind of weird. People are so impressed with Cher. They share this photo of her and her mother. They are both what's so old, but they look okay. I look pretty good. I could easily be 31, but maybe I haven't slept so good. Regardless, I have survived many plagues. Think about how many plagues there have been since 1147. We have black, we have cholera, we have malaria, we have Spanish influenza. I've learned a little bit of something from everyone, and I want to give you the opportunity to hear about it from me, someone who was there, because people, they are always talking, they don't know. You may ask me questions in this Twitch chat. I'm learning technology. I won't get to all of them, but you know, people, they're curious. The Black Plague, you know it. You've heard of it. It was a terrible disease. It all started when a rat crawled into someone's bumhole and died. It was bad, very disgusting. It comes all over your body, like cystic acne was covered in the BP oil spill. It's gross. Of course, now we know what causes disease. It is bacteria, it is virus, and this is why the masks work. You know, they are in our mouth, they are in our spittle. We started wearing masks early times, like 1300s. We wore them all the time during the plague. Super fashion. If there had been a Vogue magazine, lots of masks. But the thing is, we were not stupid, shitty pussies with our masks. I have one from the plague times, right here. I sort of wore things like this. You see, it is badass. It is punk rock. We didn't have punk rock at the time, but we did have cool masks. Your masks are for pussies. You have this one. What is this? This is not fashion. This doesn't go with my. I have silk and velvet, and you want? Sorry, this one is more effective. I look like a fucking duck, and not in like a cool way, like a metal way, like I'm a duck skeleton, but just like I digress. You may wear whatever mask you want, but I don't like them. Okay, just checking my notes. Okay, yes, we're good like this. But experts, you know, they told us to wear masks back then. So we have had this knowledge. We have had the knowledge of how to fight the plague. How else do you explain how old I am? I am 900. I have fought many plagues. And I just follow all of the news at the time, okay? In the 1400s, we had all sorts of ideas. For instance, did you know God will punish you if you wear fabrics made of more than one type of textile? Have you considered it? Is polyester 100%? But it is not some sort of fabric alloy or something like that, okay? It is what we do not know. The coronavirus is in punishment from the devil for wearing things. There's all sorts of knowledge I have gained. For instance, like if you don't have a thermometer, I know that the grocery stores are sold out. You can taste your urine. That is something. Whether you have if you have those weird blisters on your feet, I've been hearing about those. You can chop up a snake. Not a big deal. You can just throwing this out there. You can eat arsenic, just a little bit, just a small amount. Don't go crazy, but the virus doesn't like it. Drink vinegar. My favorite. Something for you to consider is just to sit in a sewer. If you think about it, we do not like sitting in a sewer, so why would we heroes? These are all things I've learned from priests over time. Okay, what else? This is another one we treated with arsenic. If I were to tell you an advice here today, it's that arsenic is sort of a cure-all. You can also use opium. I did a lot of opium in the cholera time. It's not safe for babies. I do have to tell you that. I learned that one the hard way. But babies, you can give morphine. Spanish flu, we're sort of getting into the now. Opium, we're past that, it's sort of like passe. We're doing heroin now, just small amounts every once in a while. One thing that did happen during the Spanish influenza that I think you need to consider is that the peasants did revolt. Not just one place, lots of places. Sort of just overthrowing the powers that be, working, just not to shade you, but you've made some bad choices. But there's one thing before we get to the end that I want to make sure nobody is talking about this. Nobody is talking about the cure that I believe has kept me young for 900 years. And that is drinking a daily diet of human blood. Nobody is talking about it. It's not a big deal. You wake up, you have your morning coffee, you have a glass of red wine, and then you look someone in the eye. You have to do that step. I've learned it's important. And then you say, I'm going to feast on you. And then you do it. And then doctors, they hear me say this, and they say, I believe you might be having a bipolar type 1 manic episode. And I say, no. I am 900 years old, and my balls are in perfect shape, so I'm doing something right. And then I look them deep in the eye, and I say, I'm hungry. This is all of my advice. I'd like to thank you for giving me a platform. In Twitch, I will be here if you'd like to ask about, my libido or anything and how I keep that healthy. Okay, thank you.
Give it up for Vincenzo, the Italian vampire. That was an Italian accent, no matter how much you think it was. Not an Italian accent. What are you even talking about, Colton? I mean, why would you ask me if it was Italian? His name is Vincenzo. Welcome to Isolation Comedy Show. If you're just tuning in, thank you for being here. And tell your friends. Get them in here. We're all tired of being in our houses, and they're just fucking us out there. Go out there, have fun. Get them in here. Get them in here. Where it's safe and fun. Okay. Also, look at that. I just did an accent nail, which is also Italian. We have another comedian coming to you from out of state, where it's safe and not a hot spot. This next comedian was Portland's funniest person finalist, and I believe it because this person is my favorite host of all time. I've done a couple shows with him, and favorite host of Relentless Splendor. Give it up for Riley McCarthy.
Hello, everyone. Hello. Welcome to Portland. I'm Riley. I'm going to be telling you a couple stories today from pre-quarantine. I'm not going to tell you any quarantine stories because in quarantine, nothing is happening to me and everything is the same every day. I'm going to take you in the Wayback Machine, tell you a little bit about my life. Before I do, though, I know we're taking some Venmo donations directly to the comedians. If you want to donate to me, if you could actually go to this URL on my forehead, that is the bail fund for the Portland protest going on right now. If you can read it, take a screenshot, bail some people out of jail. Do that with your money because I don't need it. All right. Okay. There I am again. Hello. All right. I'm going to tell you some stories. I think I'm going to start with the story of the last time I almost got into a fight, which may surprise you. I'm not someone, if you can tell, who normally gets into physical altercations. I'm kind of like I describe my body type as a bit of a poached egg. I don't hold up well to physical contact. Kind of poke me and I fall apart. But I almost got into a fight very recently, and it was at an all-night 7-Eleven, which should surprise no one. If you've ever been to a 7-Eleven after 2 a.m., it is international waters. Anything goes. There's people rolling dice in the drink cooler, babies smoking cigarettes. I'm pretty sure I saw a pigeon wearing an eye patch just outside trying to bum a cigarette. Just got to smoke off. Don't know why the pigeon was British. Don't know. But anyway, that's the scene. It was 2 a.m. I just got done playing basketball in the rain with my parole officer. You know how it goes. Pop into the 7-Eleven to get a Gatorade. And I get in line and there's a red lace in front of me. And I start to, I should probably, for people who don't know what a red lace is, this is a little education corner. A red lace, in skinhead Nazi culture, a red lace is, these fucking bigoted idiots show their rank in their organization by the color of their shoelaces. So to achieve the rank of red lace, you have to have beaten or stabbed an immigrant, a Jew, a person of color, or a queer person.
Whoa.
Fun, right? Yeah, I promise this is gonna get funny. And so I see him, he's got the full regalia, shaved head, SS tattoo, red laces. And as a queer man seeing him in my neighborhood, I get fucking pissed. So I get in his face a bit. I'm like, how'd you get those red laces, man? How'd you get those red laces? Which, out of context, must have sounded insane to everyone in the store. Just like, Foot Locker, dude, fuck, get off his ass about it. And I should say, before you start thinking that I was being like brave or heroic in this moment, it's probably worth mentioning that this guy was about 4'11", you know? Like, couldn't have weighed more than $110. He was one of those mini biglets, I like to call them. If I wanted to, I probably could have just scooped him up, ran outside, and tossed him in the dumpster. But nothing happened. The person working behind the counter broke it up, kicked us both out. I went home, but I obsessed over it. So, you know, a thing like that happens, and it's all you can think about for days. And I realized the reason I couldn't stop thinking about it was the reason I had noticed him in the first place. It was the red shoelaces. I was like, these bigoted, homophobic assholes have the gall to show their pride with a colorful piece of flair. That's gay as shit. It just is. There's no two ways about it. You cannot appropriate pizzazz from the queer community. That is not okay. Not allowed. A little ski of water going here. I got all my lovely plants, so it's like I'm outside when I'm inside. I know a lot of people are doing like self-improvement in quarantine. I'm trying to do that myself. I'm trying to become a more honest person. Honesty doesn't come naturally to me. For instance, I did spend most of last year lying about being a doctor. Context on that. A little over a year ago, I did a stint in a place called Unity Mental Hospital. And I know what you're thinking. Riley, you couldn't have spent time in a mental hospital. You seem so stable! And I know there's a lot of people from different places watching right now. So if you've never heard of Unity, what Unity is it's a very underfunded, understaffed mental health facility here in Portland that has the vibe of a well-funded, overstaffed haunted house, okay? Like, it is frightening. So the hallways are just full of shambling, dead-eyed creatures, only instead of zombies, it is the mentally ill. And instead of ghosts, it is haunted by a broken healthcare system. So that's fun. So I do my stint, do my week in Unity, and I get discharged to outpatient. I have to go 3 times a day for the next 6 months. Now, outpatient is like brain school. Super easy, just go in, take your notes. I'm going to there 3 times a week, and across the street from my outpatient facility is a Starbucks. I start going there every day. I do a good job in brain school, I deserve a latte. And in this Starbucks, there's a barista named Mary. Now, Mary's great. We got to know each other very well over these 6 months. She was the yin to my yang. Her, calm, collected, patient. Me, wild-eyed, covered in cat hair, shrieking. We balanced each other out. It was beautiful. And I'm in there one day, and I'm looking, this is pre-quarantine, I'm looking clean cut. I look like a regular ass dude. And before I became the fucking troll monster that I am right now, because I don't have to see anyone. And I'm in there one day, and I'm talking to Mary about my day at outpatient, and I'm just like, oh, God, Mary, Dr. Lauer was just on my ass today, on my ass about every little thing. To which Mary says, yeah, coworkers can be hard. Now, what I should have said in that moment was something along the lines of, no, you misunderstand. I'm a patient, not a doctor. What I did say in that moment was something along the lines of, yeah, being a doctor is nuts. I had to lie. It was the quickest I'd ever gotten a promotion. I went from prisoner to warden in 3 seconds. It was amazing. And that was 2 weeks into a 6-month stint. I kept the lie going. It got elaborate. I started carrying a clipboard. I wore a turtleneck. I don't know if those are things actual doctors have, but I learned to be a doctor the way Trump learned to be a president, just imitating what I saw on TV in the 90s. It works. And this keeps going, and a thing starts to happen. When you tell a lie for long enough, you start to believe your own lie. It's a process called pseudologic mythomania. How do I know that's what it's called? Because I'm a fucking doctor. I am. Confidence is all it takes. And I'm in there one day, and it's going great, or I think it's going great because I'm mentally ill. And I'm talking to Mary about the pros and cons of treating substance use disorder with naltrexone, a topic that as a doctor, I had just Googled. And I'm talking to Mary when in through the front door of the Starbucks walks my actual doctor, Henry Lauer. I know what you're thinking. Riley, you're fucking busted. Hell no. I think quick. I turn to Mary and I'm like, be cool. That's one of my patients. He thinks he's a fucking doctor. All right, that's all for me, you guys. Mwah. Love you all. Stay safe. Stay beautiful. Donate to the...
This comedian is all the way from Houston and just opened a comedy club, I'm pretty sure. We've had her on before. We brought her back. She's amazing. Put your hands together for Keisha Hunt.
Yeah.
Doing these Zoom comedy shows. Back up some, cameraman, please. Let the people see my whole outfit. Because I'm this big during COVID. I don't understand. I think I shrunk a little wearing the face mask because I couldn't breathe in enough oxygen to grow. So I'm just stuck. I don't understand. I thought that was a God. I've been praying. I was like, Lord, please take away the COVID and the things that we need so we can go out and tell the people funny stuff. I don't this no more. I don't know what happened. What's up, Eli? Get out of my frame. This ain't comedy karaoke, motherfucker. Back up, yeah. All this hell, man. I'm sweating in between places. I grew a dick. I did. It came in on my body on purpose. That's what happened. Yeah, I grew a penis. Because during COVID, I had to figure out something to do to be different. And due to stem cell research progressing so rapidly, now I can get men and women pregnant. And be a deadbeat. I've been that all my life. I've been wanting to be a deadbeat dad all my life. I wanted some kids not to claim, just to kick to the side, just not so I could pay child support. I do pay child support. So I don't have to be a deadbeat dad. I'm a deadbeat mom. I'm not a deadbeat mom. Damn, this COVID got me fucked up. Okay, so this one, okay, it's showtime. I'm actually at another show too. Doing this. I'm not high right now, so that's probably why I'm agitated like this. Hey, doing a comedy show. It's not comedy karaoke. I'm back on me. Let the people see my outfit. I want them to see what's going on with me during this pandemic or the apocalypse or hell. Because I really believe we are in hell. This is definitely hell. I think this is what hell looks like. I thought about something too. I'm a lesbian. I really thought about hell. Like the rapers in hell, they would get me. I know it. And I couldn't do nothing. I couldn't do shit about it. I'd be like, they raping me. They go, so we in hell, bitch. So it go down. I thought about that. I want to go to heaven now. I want to be a good girl. I don't know how you get in there or if that's even real. And then they said God looked like everything and everybody. I wonder if God would come to the door looking like a tree, throwing glitter, going, hey, bitch. I don't know. Maybe not. But if he is real, then this COVID gonna go away and something else gonna come like Stephanie with herpes. I don't know. we'll figure it out. Some people probably would rather fuck Stephanie with her bees than catch the COVID. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know. I've never been with the burning bitch. But we're gonna figure all this I've been the burning bitch before. Fuck Moses in the bush. Keisha and the cooch. Keisha and the cooch is burning. And they be talking to people. The cooch do. My cooch be talking to people. Like I take it off and sit it on the dresser and it be holding conversations with different bitches. Every once in a while, like, how you doing? Nice to meet you. Where you been? So I just talk to people like that. My cooch, I should get in some clothes, but they don't make ankle clothes. Face mask. Put a face mask on that pussy. Look, put the face mask on that pussy. Mask on that pussy. Okay, yeah. Tell the children to leave the room if you got kids in the room, because I like to say pussy. Kids need to know what that is. We need to quit telling them who to holler in privacy. No, that's a pussy and a dick. And sometimes they don't go together. They should never go together. They should never go together. That's nasty. Be gay, kids. It's the way of life. Okay, don't be straight because you will die. So listen, everything is a fact. That's what happens with straight people. They be dying and shit. Not from the COVID. It's another thing. You know what? People ain't even scared of AIDS no more. They go, "Oh, you got AIDS? Well, come on in." But that COVID needs to stay outside, okay? Like they don't give a fuck about AIDS no more. It's time to go. I'm on another show. I don't know what the fuck he just said, but we gotta go. So let's go. Follow the people. Yeah. So this is comedian Keisha Hunt. We not doing no tour, nothing. I'm still on my stage time. Okay. Gotta put a face mask on. Are you still getting me? I ain't got one for the pussy box. Okay. Hey, how you doing? You heard me talk about the face mask on the pussy? Do they sell pussy face mask? Is it a such thing? Are you getting the mask on the cooch? Get the mask on the cooch. Get the mask on the cooch. Okay, now back on the face. You know what? How can I do that? How can I? Okay, we're not gonna even talk about that no more. I am sweating in places that you ain't supposed to sweat in. That's how I know I ain't got the COVID. Because I'm sweating this shit out. I'll be a different race after I sweat all this shit out. I swear. I don't know what race I'm gonna be. Sweat all your melanin. I'm gonna sweat all my melanin out. I need that shit. That's expensive. Melanin is worth a lot of money. I was sitting up there trying to shave $1 million off of me. I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. It's too much. It's too much. I'm gonna find what's the dude name that played Amistad? He got a lot of melanin. I'm gonna call him. What's the dude that played Amistad? What's his name? Or Seal. Somebody done tried to get Seal already. I seen the scar on his face. Somebody tried to get the melanin off his face. You know, they seal that up. And he's like, I'll call myself Seal. Okay. Somebody tripping? Okay, so this is what we gonna do. I'm gonna go get a water because I don't drink no more, and I'm gonna roll me a blunt. Please smoke it. Pass it. Somebody pass it. Yeah. Hit that shit. Okay. I am sweating. Look at the beads on my forehead. That's not grease, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, oh shit. What are you doing? We're doing a comedy show. Oh yeah. Well, let Bruce be now. I'm telling you, that's tradition. We don't hold back. Okay, that's right. Right. We what we mean and we mean what we say. That's right. You're British? Yes. Okay. Oh my God. I've never heard mean what you're doing and doing what you say. No, it's mean what you say and say what you mean. Say what you're doing and mean what you say. That's doing say what you mean. Say it and mean it and say it. I don't know what you say. The British people are looking at you. Oh, we don't do. I'm just like, this is how I am when I'm sober. Are you single? Are you single? I'm not married. So did you like it? Yeah. Yeah. Are you with a woman now? Would you like to be with a little black woman? I like. When you're 66 years old. 66. Pick up sticks. All right. I'm 67 years old. Okay. And I don't care. Okay. How I am. All right. Okay. What you see is what the fuck you get. What you see. What you see is what you fuck you get. Remix. What's your name, ma'am? Jane. Thank you, Miss Jane. Plain Jane. Plain Jane. You killed 45 people, didn't you, in Arizona? Plain Jane, they've been looking for you for years. .com. I've never heard somebody over 60 say .com after something. I am .com. It is what the fuck it is. .com. .com. I'm fucking wasted.com. Hey man, I'm coming. Is my time up? Oh, yeah. Bye.
Keisha Hunt with a drunken who's on first? Insider jokes. They don't always work. Whatever. Hey guys, welcome to Isolation Comedy Show. We are just trucking through this. I don't have any anecdotes for that one. I'm just like, who the fuck was Plain Jane? And who murdered 45 people in Arizona? I'm gonna do some Googling. I like a murder mystery. And right now what I got is a mystery. How about we keep the show rolling? I was actually lost, to be honest. I was just in that situation. So, oh yes. Ooh, you guys are in for a treat. This next guest is from West Hollywood, so you know he's gay. It's the Wham show, Teddy Tales, every Tuesday and Thursday, 5 p.m. Pacific. He guest starred on AJ and the Queen with RuPaul. That's on Netflix. And also, Chitty Chitty Bang Bang is on Netflix. And has done a rendition of Chitty Chitty Bang Bang on Netflix, which you should go and see on his Instagram. Give it up for Teddy Margus.
Yay! It's Teddy Margus. Colton, you outed me. I was going to go under the radar. I didn't want anyone to know that I was gay. But Colton said he's gay. And I can't stop looking at Keisha. Oh my God, you know what I want? I want a cooch mask. I need a cooch mask. They should make cooch masks. I'm telling you, hello. I couldn't stop. I was like, oh my God, this is fantastic. Who's that woman? What's happening? Any hooch. Let me tell you my story. I was going to say that this laptop makes me sound gay, but I don't have to because Colton said he's gay. You know, my sister had 4 kids, 3 boys and a girl. And all I ever wanted to be my whole life from a kid was a fairy godmother. So I thought, she's got kids, I can be the godmother, right? First kid comes along, I don't get to baptize. Second kid comes along, I don't get to baptize. So when she was pregnant with her third, because she's the breeder, I started to get a complex and thought, hey, just so you know, I'd like to be the fairy godmother to this kid. And she was like, oh, it's an honor to be the uncle, clee clock clue. And I thought, why doesn't she want me to be the... Is her husband homophobic? I think I got some homophobic vibes from him. So I said, wait a minute, is your husband homophobic? She said, oh, no, not at all. But it's just that Well, I didn't get to baptize the third one. Harumph. But I went to the christening. Like Maleficent, bitch. Yes, I did. I had horns on my head, a scepter. I even had a raisin on my finger. And I walked up to that bassinet. And I said, I too shall bestow a gift among the young one. And I put a spell on that baby that he should grow up to be a homosexual. Well, then I spent a long time seeing if my spell worked. Okay, I changed his diaper one time and there was glitter in the diaper. No glitter in the house, but it showed up in the diaper. Just saying. A couple years later, my sister calls me up and says, do you know what your nephew wants for his birthday? I don't understand. He wants an easy bake oven and a disco ball. I said, gay. She said, I don't understand the correlation. I said, he wants to cook the Special K before he goes to the club. Gay. He loved Lady Gaga. He loved the Wicked soundtrack. It just got gayer and gayer. And I said, I'm going to have this conversation with my sister that her son is gay. So I didn't know how to bring it up. I wanted to be very gentle. I sat her down. I said, hey, I think he's gay. Well, she said, he can't be gay, Teddy. He's too young to be gay. He's just creative. He's worldly. Anyhow, lo and behold, I am thrilled right now to announce this to the universe. My sister called me up earlier this month and said, guess what? You're not going to believe what happened. I said, what? She said, I don't want to say his name because, you know, his name's Theo. Theo came out to me and my husband. I said, what? Theo came out as gay? What did his father say? She said he thinks it would be a good idea if he came and spent the summer with you because you would be a good gay role model. Oh, my spell worked, bitches. My spell worked. I don't even know how powerful I am. I'm so excited. My nephew is gonna come out and stay with me in West Hollywood. I will walk up and down Santa Monica Boulevard with him on my arm, and people would be like, is Teddy rich? They don't have to know the truth. So any hoochie mama, we were having a good time. I thought I was trying to be a good gay role model. We were going to go to the protest. We went to the protest and like clockwork, out of the woodwork, I'm going to tell you what happened. I'm the type of person, okay, anything goes. Whatever you do is your business. Just don't harm anybody. Clee, clock, clue, a beep, bop, boo. I may or may not have some friends who may or may not like them a little bit younger. I don't say anything. You be you. You do what you do. Don't harm anybody. Just be you. Well, at the protest, out of the woodwork, these old queens were coming to me like a zombie. Like, Teddy, who's this? I said, back the fuck off. That is my nephew. Stay away. You're a sick person. You like him. Find someone your own age. Anyhow, very long story short, we had a great 2 weeks. It was fantastic. But this A little bit, bothers me a little bit. We were driving around and my nephew says to me, Uncle Ted, I am a huge power bottom. I said, oh my God, my spell is so powerful. I don't know how powerful I am. And I said, look, Theo, it's not the fantasy that you're looking at. It's not like porn. It just doesn't go in. You know what I'm saying? You need a lot of lube and a lot of Chardonnay. Just saying. We had a great time. It was fantastic. Just the other day, my sister calls me and says, your niece wants cargo pants. Oh my God, I got 2 of them with one spell. Yay! The power that is Teddy Margus. I love you, and we'll see you next time.
Teddy Margus. What an uncle that is. My aunt one time went and asked me, she goes, you should tell your dad that George Thorogood was bisexual. And I did. My dad didn't like it so much, and it came out when I was 25. Hey guys, welcome to the show. This is Isolation Comedy Show. I don't know what his reaction was. I think he said, your aunt's a liar. And I was like, oh, don't I know it? I'm the host, everybody. My name is Colton Dowling. Just tuning in. What I do is a little bit of opening up. I just open up and I share a little bit about me every time a comedian comes on. You know what? You can share a little bit about you by attaching a message you have to money and then sending whatever you want to whatever comedian. You know why I will read it? It's attached to money. It's amazing. You can tell me the most awful things about my father and I'll read them. And they'll all be true. Also, I think my dad started watching this. Hi, Dad. Colorado. I hear it's raining. That's most of our conversations. Hey, how about another comedian? This next comedian is from San Antonio, and that's in Texas. I actually recently said that was the capital of Texas because I'm an idiot. And I actually live in Austin, which is the capital, but nobody knows that. And I just want to let you know I grew up in Europe. So there's more things about me that I need to tell you. How about this next comedian? No more anecdotes, I promise. This next comedian was a semifinalist in the funniest comedian in Texas. Give it up for Chris Gruyon.
What's up, everybody? Like Colton said, my name is Chris Grulon, by way of San Antonio, but I come from New York City originally. Give it up for everybody that's been out, man. This is great. I love it. I've done a couple of these Zoom shows. This is by far one of the best. So we had Vincenzo talking about all the plagues and everything that's hit the world. She missed one that I wanted to talk about. It hit in the 80s. It affected Hispanic dads. Mostly, it was called responsibility. And when the responsibility plague hit, it left my street looking like Chernobyl, just women and children playing in the street. It was terrible. So now that we have this quarantine extended for however long, I got some gripes about it. I agree with the quarantine, but what I didn't agree with was becoming my son's math teacher, PE teacher, and lunch lady all in one. We were doing his homework, and he said, "Can you help me?" And when I looked at the problem, I sent him out of the room so that I can think about it. Really, I was Googling the answer. He's in 4th grade, and I was trying to Google the answer so that when he came back, I looked smarter than I really am. And when he got his grades, I was upset because the teacher said, "Good job, Aiden." That's my son's name. But she forgot to mention me. I was a little hurt about that. I felt like I deserved a gold star too. With all these things going on, all the turmoil, all the riots, all the issues, I wanted to bring up a story that happened to me about racism. I used to work in a bar, and there was one night that a customer left his wallet on the counter, and he came running back, and he looked at me, grabbed his wallet, and said, "I didn't want to leave my wallet around you because you're Mexican." And I was offended by it because I wasn't going to steal the wallet because I was Mexican. I was going to steal the wallet because I'm from the hood and we teach lessons. You don't leave your wallet laying around. It would have been a lesson for him. He would have never forgotten it. So during this quarantine, my wife and I, we've been bonding a lot more, and we've been talking about things, nostalgic things like holding hands with our first crush, our first kiss. And the next question was, I wonder how they're doing. Now with Facebook, you can find out. So she Facebooked her first kiss, and he's a fucking war veteran with Purple Hearts, has been to Iraq and Afghanistan. And then we look at mine. Mine's a toothless meth head that's in love with Michael Jackson and can't wait until the court gives back a kid. And when I say in love with Michael Jackson, she has 868 pictures of Michael Jackson. I don't think Michael Jackson had 868 pictures of one kid. Kind of threw me for a loop. The thing is that my wife is Hispanic, so when I found out that my first kiss was a meth head, I knew she was going to use it in an argument. You know, the men that I've been with are war heroes. The women you've been with, they've gone down different paths. I just tell her that because they're with me, once I leave them, they turn disastrous. But I've been married now 11 years, and I feel like being married to a Hispanic woman should come like dog years. Like for every year, it should be 3. Because let's be real, do I look like a guy who's been married 12 years or 36? I had a full head of hair when we started, I promise you. She does things to me like, I feel like being with a Hispanic woman is like having a volcano in your backyard, right? You see it every day, you think to yourself, that's beautiful. But any moment, you know that bitch can erupt. And my volcano erupts a lot. She does things to me that I know are gonna mess with me. Like I'll ask her a question and she'll give me the answer, but it'll be at a time that it will make me dwell on it. Like the other night I asked her, am I the biggest guy she's ever been with? And her response was, yes. I have never been with a guy over 200 pounds. Now, she then went to sleep, leaving me to think that now I have to stay eating and not get under 200 pounds because then I won't be the biggest guy she's ever been with. And it fucked me up. I've been playing this game where I feel like comparing 2020 with things. Like what if 2020 were a van, it would be a windowless van with a pedophile driving it. He'll promise to take you to the spot that you're going, but when you get into the van, you realize it's gonna be a fucking nightmare. I also say that 2020 is, if 2020 was a clock, it would be like Flavor Flav's clock, the one hanging around his neck, because it has fought the power. It has been in a house where people are fighting for his love and ultimately just wants to return to normal and hang up in the kitchen or the living room. He's seen too much. Growing up in New York City, one of the things that I had to deal with were drug dealers. And the drug dealers would take their drugs and hide them in my mailbox. And my mom, being the person that she is, challenged the drug dealers and threw all their drugs out. The drug dealers broke into our house and wrote on the mirror, "We'll be back, bitch." They took it in lipstick and wrote it, "We'll be back, bitch." So my mom took that same lipstick and wrote, "We'll be waiting" on the door. Now, as the man of the house, I felt like I had to do something. So when my mom went to sleep, I changed it to my mom will be waiting because she needs to talk the lesson. All right, yo, that's my time. I'm Chris Goulon.
I promised no more anecdotes, and then I lied. How about for this last comic, and then I'll do all thank yous and notifications and my brother anecdotes at the end. Give it up for this man who's from Denver. www.dinosaurclublimited.com for exclusive skits and merchandise. Give it up for Christian Inglewood. Please don't.
Hey, what's up, everybody? What's up? It's your boy Chris Inglewood coming out of Denver. I'm at the bar. You know, I got my nigga Evelyn over here. You know what I'm saying? He whipping up cocktails. Shit, you know what I'm saying? He hates his job. Look at him. He's like, man, as soon as I finish art school and my cocaine addiction, I'm out of here. Not gonna happen, Evelyn. You stuck, bro. When you hit that quadruple Hennessy, you know what I mean? When you get the regular. Oh, he already got it for me. Okay, that's what's up. That's what's up. Good to see everybody tonight. Excuse me, Chris Inglewood. I'm out of Denver. What do I want to talk about? I guess I'll talk about something pre-quarantine so I don't depress everybody. First of all, I do remember the DARE program, and I appreciated it because it taught me how to join gangs and do drugs. And I would have never got that knowledge if the police had never came to the school and showed us how to do that stuff. I love their program, you know. But let's see here. That's right. Yeah, let's talk about pre-quarantine. I went to an art gallery, and let me tell you, it smelled like shit. You know what I mean? It smelled so bad. The F was silent, but the farts were not. You know what I mean? That's stupid. That's dumb. That's a quarantine joke. It was a real art gallery. I did fart in the art gallery, but it was a legit art gallery, you know. But it was cool. It was some dope art in there. I turned to my girlfriend because I'm like, damn, you know what I mean? I wonder how much that costs. And we look at it, we see it's $3,500. Jokingly, I'm like, looks like we better go to the bank. And she's like, ha ha. And then out of nowhere, this motherfucker gonna turn around. And before I tell you what he says, I'm gonna describe him to you. Okay. Nigga definitely looked like he was a dubstep DJ, a retired dubstep DJ, or possibly somebody that worked at a head shop or something like that, you know, out of shape than a motherfucker. He had one of them sideways hats, kind of like, you remember the dude from the Everest College commercials who used to tell you wasn't shit, go to college, Everest College? He had a hat like that. You know, he didn't look like he was in an art gallery. And he for sure didn't look like any type of salesman. But this motherfucker turned around talking about, I know 3,500 can be kind of tight, but it's an investment that you should think about. And like, we was like, what? I was taken aback. Hold up, what? You are selling this art here? You? Like, yeah, man. 3,500. I wish I could do his voice because he sounded like he had coronavirus. He sounded like Patient Zero. And he just sounded fucked up. Smelled like ketamine. I don't know if you never did ketamine, but he smelled like it. It was crazy. I was like, wow, so this motherfucker's selling art, okay. I was like, yeah, I don't know if I can do, 3,500, you feel me? I don't even know if I can. It's an investment, man. You gotta look. It's actually a collab piece with Fernard Fresh and Flop. And I'm like, I don't know who the fuck that is. Like, what are you telling me? It's not an artist. I don't even know who this artist is. I don't know either artist. Why would I buy? He's steady trying to hit me on the 3,500, and I'm like, bro, I don't think I have 3,500 cents in the bank, let alone $3,500. You know what I mean? But so I did want some art though, because it was a dope little spot. You feel me? Everyone know what I'm talking. He was there too. Like, I fucking hated that dude. Another double shift, Phil? Really? That's how good after him thinking about it. But yeah, you know, I'm telling him, like, hey man, can I get how much are the prints? You know what I mean? Like I could probably do a print, you know what I mean? I can't get the original, but I might could do a print. Cause shit, I figure if I do the print, I'll probably still have 500 left in the bank, you know, 500 cents. You feel me? So he was like, nah, you're gonna want the original, dude. You know? I just could not get around to getting the price on even the print. He just was steady trying to push that 3,500. And he kept saying, I know 3,500 can be kind of tight. And I was like, yo, what the fuck does that even mean? 3,500? You know, it could be kind of tight. My foot in your ass. Like, how much the print? Like, come on now. I'm not trying to hear that shit. I can't afford that. But yeah, long story short, I didn't buy anything. And I just never judged somebody because he never looked like he would be a salesman of anything other than maybe mushrooms. But he would tell me, and it threw me for it threw me because I'm a salesman. I sell software. I probably don't look like I sell software, but I do. And the white accountants are definitely surprised when I show up at their office talking about software. You sell software? Yeah, I'm selling software and ketamine. No one's buying ketamine no more. But yeah, that's really all I had tonight. This was actually my first virtual set, and it was fun. I know Evan trying to get home. My nigga tired. He didn't. I'm gonna finish this here. Thank y'all for having me. Shout out to the other comics. Thank you, Colton. Shout out to you. Peace.
Christian Englewood and our last comic. We did it, you guys. We've been through this moment together. You invited your friends, like I told you at the beginning, and then you met new friends. Oh my gosh, you guys, nice to meet you. I did a wonderful job and congratulate me, but these comedians did so well too. Okay, give them Venmo money unless you're poor. And thank you for being here, and I am too. Nice to meet you. I want to thank all the performers. Derek Copswell for the music. Thank you, Richard Goodwin. Your technology skills know no bounds. You are my Emmy winner. I hope one day you get to ring your sultry voice. He has a sultry voice. You guys miss it every single week. Give it up for Laura Smith. She's the producer of this show. Valerie Lopez, the executive producer of the show. It's a big team effort, and literally I do nothing other than make a fucking ass out of myself in between comics. Hey guys, where do I get some money? Don't give me any money. Give Riley McCarthy's forehead some money, okay? And we put that in the chat. And great. Oh yes. If you're like, oh, where the hell am I? My friend invited me here and I don't know what's going on. Follow comedywham.com. It has a bunch of different stuff, podcasts, shows. We're doing this every other Friday now. And now you'll know when and which shows to do. So thank you guys so much for coming. Thank you for all the comedians. And I'll see you on another Friday. Chitty bang bang, chitty chitty bang.